Charter Local Edition with your host, John MacDonald.
Welcome. We are visiting today with Bill Bronson, who is on the City Commission in Great Falls. Mr. Bronson, appreciate you stopping by for a little bit.
Thanks for inviting me today.
So tell me a little bit about what you do in your day job up in Great Falls and how long you've been on the City Commission there.
Well, I've been on the City Commission almost 8 years now, currently running for re-election for another term. But as you probably know, City Commissioners, that's a part-time job.
Right.
So I am a practicing trial attorney going on 33 years now. But I also teach college courses at Malmstrom Air Force Base. They have a program with Park University, and I teach their law and political science classes there.
Excellent. So you stay busy when you're not on the City Commission.
Everybody says, when do you sleep?
So tell me a little bit about some of the activities that are going on in Great Falls, and specifically economic development that the city's involved in.
Well, we've been real thrilled in Great Falls in the last 1 to 2 years. We have seen much more economic growth in the community than we have seen in prior years. Fortunately, during the Great Recession a few years ago, we were not as hit as heavily as some other communities were, but our growth was nevertheless very slow or almost stagnant. But in the last 1 to 2 years, there has been a renewed interest in the community, and not just from local entrepreneurs expanding their businesses, but we are seeing new enterprises. We have a new steel fabrication facility that has come in from the province of Quebec. They are expanding into U.S. markets, currently at 200 jobs, actually 225 now, shooting for 300. We have a new another business connected to the oil fields. They are targeting up to 700 employees here in the very near future. And I could list a number of other examples of industrial and commercial development, but we're just very pleased to see this. Mm-hmm. It's our time.
And how significant is it that you've got the Air Force Base there as well? Is that something that is attractive to potential employers or folks that are thinking about moving a business there?
You know, it is. I mean, obviously Malmstrom and the Montana Air National Guard are a huge component of the economy. But one of the things that we've noticed through the years is that many people who come to Malmstrom want to stay in the community, whether it's right when they're done with their tour of duty or if they leave and serve on another facility for a few years. Many of them always seem to want to come back to Great Falls. And we're finding that a lot of these young airmen and airwomen are actually a very good pool of talent, and they are very highly prized by local businesses.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the things that Great Falls does as a city to try to attract or even retain businesses that come there?
Well, there's three things that the City Commission has focused in on. The first is the use of the tax increment financing, or as they call them now, targeted economic development districts. The second is tax abatements, and the third is working with the state with programs that the state has. Just briefly, in the area of TIF, or TEDs as we call them, we created a TIF district out in the northeastern end of the city to create a new industrial park. And it is a rail-served park. In other words, there's a rail spur coming off the Burlington Northern Santa Fe. You don't see those very much anymore, and they are very highly prized by certain businesses. Mm-hmm. And based on this just starting up within the last year, we now have 4 businesses that have located there. 2 locals that needed more space, and 2 out-of-state companies that wanted to relocate to Montana. And because of the City Commission's efforts to create the district and encourage the additional tax revenue to go into building infrastructure there, including the rail spur, we've actually really spurred a lot of development there. Tax abatements, the state allows us to grant certain kinds of property tax abatements for periods of time. We've used those primarily in our downtown to revitalize it as part of our downtown master plan. And that has been incredibly successful. Mm-hmm. We have many historic buildings that have not been used in years or have been underutilized, and now they are thriving. We've got a great restaurant, a new boutique hotel, one of our local law firms relocated into the downtown and built a wonderful facility.
Yeah. It's nice when they can repurpose the older buildings like that.
It's actually more economical, and it's better in terms of the tax dollars ultimately that we will get out of it once the abatement period is through.
Right.
But the last thing I mentioned was we do work with the state with some of their programs, the Department of Commerce, Board of Investments. We have to sign off on those as the commission, but as an example, we have worked with BE Aerospace, which is an aviation electronics firm in Great Falls. They wanted some additional money for workforce training. They came to the city, they said, would you support our application? We said, certainly. We just got word the other day it has been approved. And they are in an expansion mode. They have over 100 employees now and are shooting for a few hundred more here within the next couple of years.
You talked a little about what the City Council does in terms of economic development, but Great Falls also has an Economic Development Authority. Talk briefly about what their role is and the significance that that plays.
Well, the Development Authority, or GFDA, as we call it shorthand, is a private nonprofit corporation that was set up about 13 years ago to really promote and facilitate development in the community. Both city and county governments are members and participants in it, but many of our local businesses, large, medium, and small, also contribute money to the organization. And they are the entity that really goes out and markets the community with new businesses. They also have loan programs for existing businesses in town to help them expand. They have services available to help train and educate local entrepreneurs. And I can tell you this, without GFDA, we would not be as successful as we are today.
Mm-hmm. Briefly, last question for you. You're at the League of Cities and Towns meeting, and this is always an opportunity for local folks to get together and kind of talk about the issues that they see coming up. Identify one key issue that cities are going to face in the next year or two.
The key issue, as it is every year, is revenue. Economic growth is fine, but because cities and towns are limited to the property tax, we're not able to capture a lot of additional increment in revenue that we need to provide essential services, whether it's police and fire, public infrastructure, roads, water, sewer, just about anything else. And so we're always looking to the legislature to help us find new or different revenue sources so that we can better serve our constituents.
Excellent. Well, Bill, I appreciate you spending some time with us today. We've been visiting with Bill Bronson on the Great Falls City Commission. Mr. Bronson, appreciate it very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Charter Local Edition has been an exclusive presentation of Charter Communications, providing original programming.